first property. Not really that much to do here. We're gonna be, you know, just touching up on the hedges. Like you got some new growth here, and then on the other hedges down there we got some new growth. And then we're weeding, passing the mower. Doesn't need it, but when you look, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some spots like right here. You know, it is that Bermuda grass or that wild grass that's grown. So we're gonna pass the mower just so everything looks uniform. But from far away, everything looks good. But you know, still. I like to go ahead and pass the mower, especially like, you know, when you got leaves on the ground. When they use the push mower here, it has the bag on it. So when they pass the mower, you're actually picking up all the trash out. So there's not that much leaves, but still it helps keeping the yard look clean. Okay, so the guys are finishing up that house over there. They're edging, they're fixing to start blowing. But this house here, what I like to do is get the mower. I got the grass catcher on there, but that's for the backyard. The front yard, what I like to do, I'll pass the mower all through the front yard. And like here, we have a lot of leaves from the oak tree. So I like to push everything into the street or to the driveway. So when they come and blow, they'll blow everything to a big pile and they'll pick it up that way. But in the back, we have a lot of pine needles, whatever you call them. So I'm gonna use the grass catcher to pick that up. But same thing here. Everything looks pretty good. And then, yeah. So, well, let me show you this. This right here, all this little dirt. I think they're like those crickets that are in the ground. So this is zoysia grass, and I know every year they have this issue here. So I don't know what they spray on here, but every time I talk to somebody, it says it's coming from the golf course. But oh well, let's do what we gotta do.
So all that brown stuff on the grass, it's not pine needles, it's from the cypress trees. And what's going on is, you see me stop a couple of times because it's still wet, it's kind of moist. So it was like sucking up, but it was like getting stuck at the entrance of the chute. So I had to keep on stopping it and adjusting the debris inside there so that we could finish this up. But that whole hill there, you know, it took up just that one bag. It's that right there. And then from there, one thing about these the leaf catchers is they're real tough. You throw them on the ground. I just toss them off the truck. Got a special place in my trailer for this now. Got light. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I did change up my trailer again for 2024. I got my mega attachment right down the wall. Cooler, ladders. Alright, so now we're doing another house, and this one here we're cutting back a hedge. If you notice, I'm using a different kind of camera. The camera is actually on my hat to give you a different perspective of the hedges, the way they trim and stuff. And I'm also using a Resident. It's an Echo battery trimmer, but it's the residential series. That was actually the first Echo hedge trimmer that I got. That was battery. So using it on here, you can see we're just chopping off the top so everything is kind of even. We've been kind of letting it kind of grow because we're trying to want the privacy, but we're also, you see, kind of standing out on the sides. So the best way to get a nice full hedge is trimming on the top. Because once you trim on the top, then it starts busting out new growth on the sides. So here we got like the top kind of where we want it. In some sections still kind of low, like you see up there towards the front there. But for right now, we're just this tall one that really grew really fast. You know, we're just trying to keep that in control so it doesn't look too wild. And you see these ligustrum trees all touching it, so we're just cutting it back, getting it away from there. Easier for us to work around, to work around the edge and all that. So, but yeah, but the battery did pretty good. You know, I think we had those 2 bars on that battery when I first got it, and we still, by the time I got done with this, we still had 2 bars on it. So not bad. It doesn't have that power that you have from a gas trimmer, but you know, it gets the job done. You know, not worrying about the plugging of the filters or stuff like that. You see, there we go. We're getting that top piece there, and at the same time the trimming, I'm trying to push all that growth that we're trimming, pushing it off with the trimmer as I trim it. And then I think from here we're gonna go down on the sides and start trimming the sides here. Yeah, you know, keeping it nice and clean there. But not bad. Everything's looking good. Everything looks, you know, nice and healthy. Yeah, but it's kind of, you know, it is winter. It's like, you are going to see like the viburnums and the ligustrums. They're going to be dropping their leaves. That's normal. But like this, it has a lot of new growth on it. I was surprised with this. But
See, it's always good to have space between the property fence and your hedge. You go, so I can go down here, all the way down. A little tight, but still able to get in here. We can rake all this up, you know. The last thing you don't want to do is let this grow, and then it gets overgrown into the fence. And then it just makes it harder to trim and keep up with. So always keep a space between your fence and your shrubs if you can.
okay, so on this property here, it was pretty simple. It's one of my smaller properties. This one here doesn't take us that long. But the crepe myrtle, it was like an eyesore for me because it has no leaves. The sticks were just straight up. You can see, so I decided to just go ahead and cut it back. This is actually my first crepe myrtle I'm cutting back this year. And they have another one in the front yard. So I did 2 crepe myrtles in the front yard of this house. To start the year, I guess. But you can see, it's just, the only reason I did it was because I could reach it from the ground. Not, I probably wouldn't have did it. But it was kind of eyesore for me to see everything sticking out. But you kind of see, the idea is keeping like a form, like a shape. Still like a tree form. And you can see on the thick part, that's where the owners were cutting it before. And I've been kind of changing it up. Alright, so now we're on the other side of town. Fixing to hit up these other houses. So here, so this is pretty cool because what I did here is I actually mounted the camera to the mower. So I got it on front of the mower, and I'm showing you a different perspective of the properties. So on this video, I've actually been doing a lot of things different. The first time I clipped the camera to my hat, and it's actually the first time I mounted the camera to my mower, and so this is all new to me. So I'm just trying, just playing around, trying different things here and there, seeing what works, what doesn't work. So far, I do like the view with the hat. And then this is pretty cool. I do like how this is coming down. You know, I feel like I'm driving. Like I'm in the car and I'm just literally just cruising right here. Like I'm in like a go-kart or something. Cause it's low to the ground and you're just like cruising, you know, on your go-kart. And, you know, but on this property, you see the azaleas are blooming. The drift roses are blooming. You got some communities are starting to bloom. You got some bougainvilleas. Don't say, you know, I know y'all seen those palm trees. Don't say nothing because I'm not responsible for the palm trees on this property. They actually have a tree guy that does this. And, you know, it's interesting because see all those palm trees, they need to be cleaned up. But, you know, some is weird because, like, the shrubs is, like, key to them. But, like, when it comes to the palm trees, you know, they're not real, it doesn't bother them as much, though. But it is what it is, and you know, I just appreciate, you know, these people trusting me with their properties and stuff. So, but yeah, this is right around. So those azaleas are fashion azaleas. Just one with the white flowers. Those are white drift roses, and we got this viburnum hedge right here, right next to us. And on the other side, I think it's I forget what kind of shrub that is right now. Alright, so right here what I'm doing is just showing it over you how it looks. So it's like the before. And basically the way I do this, whenever I trim an overgrown topiary or needs a severe cutback, what I'll do, I'll use the hedge trimmers first. And then I'll bust that with the hand scissors and start doing all the detail work. But basically I just use the trimmer as like, I guess you say the rough draft. And then from there it's just hand pruning. So here I'm just gonna hit all the balls with the hedge trimmer. Get an idea of what each ball is. Getting whatever's overgrown and all that. Because during this video you'll see I take out that whole, I trim the bottom of this, on the bottom of the topiary close to the ground. But I ended up cutting all that out because it was just, you know. Sometimes when I look at something, I get an idea of what I want to do to it, but it's when I start doing it, once I start noticing what exactly needs to be done. So, yeah. Alright, so here I take out the hand pruners. And also by doing the hedge trimmers, man, it saves you so much time because this hand pruning this, you know, my arms were hurting, my thumb, my you know, my palms, because it's a lot of pruning. But so, you know, like I said, to do the hedge trimmer first, you know, it has a lot of benefits. It's, you know, getting just a rough draft and saving a lot of, you know, wear and tear on your hands. But here we go. We're just the guys, like a lot of people think call them Edward Scissorhands. Now, and this is very relaxing when I do stuff like this, especially like with the hand scissors, just going in there and clipping stuff. It's just very relaxing to me. You know, it just, you know, I like to see how this opens up. As you know, just by using the hedge trimmer, trimming what we did, you can already see how much separation there is already. But yeah, having all those balls on the bottom, all that growth on the bottom, you know, you just gotta get on your knees and get dirty. But it's fun. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. You know, watch once this is done, you're gonna see I did forget a spot. I noticed it when I did a walk around the house, and I left the property. When I was walking back, coming down the driveway, I saw a spot. I'm gonna see if y'all notice it. If y'all notice it, let me know in the comments. Where did I mess up at? Cause I did fix it before I left this house, but in the video I did not fix it. So I want to see how many of y'all would notice what part I messed up at, or what I forgot to. That should have been cut back and I didn't cut back. But alright guys. So I think I'm done here. I'm doing the walk around, trying the view. And there's a couple of parts here, I think. Yep, I ended up putting out the wrong pruners, but it worked. And just the top part there, a lot of it, it's the top part. I gotta let it fill in a little more on top. One size higher because it's thicker, the other side is a little more slanted. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, so I got the camera on my hat, so you can show you what I'm doing here. So the Roboline, I'm kind of pruning it back, I'm getting all the low stuff that's hanging, that's kind of touching the ground and stuff. So I'm just getting all that. But man, these things are so dangerous. If you check out the needles on those, the needles on these Robolines, they're literally what, 2-3 inches long, each one of them. Look at that. That's so dangerous. Wait till we get to the bigger one. You got a little open up there. One thing I like about having guys is I can do all the cutting and not worry about picking it up, because they'll get it for me. But check this out. Look at all those thorns. Oh my gosh, this is so dangerous. I think I actually got poked in the head a couple of times when I went in here. But they're so dangerous, and I see so many people put these around swimming pools, and I'm like, why? You know, these things will poke your eye out. They will poke your body, and once they poke you, they're not like forgiving. They will cause blood to come out.
This came out really nice. So they're working on the other side. I can't, they're redoing, I don't know what they're doing, drainage, I don't know. But we can't get the mower, so my guys had to cut this with the push mower. So all this was done with the push mower. Not bad. It looks good. Landscaping came out pretty nice. But, yep. End this day with this view.